Welcome back to American Legends Losses, our channel. In this memorial video, we've compiled a list of well-known actors that passed away today. Those outstanding people who unfortunately departed from this life today, albeit they left a lasting impact on their respective fields. My sympathies are with the family and all of the supporters. I hope you get some sleep. We would be grateful if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as a sign of your affection and love for us. Kurtz was a well-liked comedian who was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in 1951. He was well known for his sharp wit, captivating stage presence, and capacity to engage audiences. Kurtz started his career in comedy later in life, having worked as a truck driver and graphic artist, among other things. Eventually, he discovered that stand-up comedy was his true calling, where his distinct style and improvisational abilities made him stand out. Perry performed in clubs and other locations all around the country as he rose to prominence in the comedy scene. He frequently used observational and self-deprecating humor to amuse his audiences, drawing on his personal experiences. When Kurtz participated in the 2013 season of the reality series America's Got Talent, his profile grew. Even though he didn't win the competition, the judges and audience found his performances to be memorable because of his genuine, low-key comedy approach. His time on the show gave him more chances, and he went on to play around the nation and amass a devoted fan base. Apart from stand-up, Perry was well known for his work in corporate humor, where he demonstrated his versatility as a performer by customizing his act to match different types of occasions. Throughout his career, Perry was respected not only for his comedic abilities but also for his readiness to give back to the community and his generosity in coaching up-and-coming comedians. Kurtz tragically passed away on August 15, 2024, at the age of 73. He met an early end after being involved in a hit-and-run incident. Perry lived and performed frequently in Los Angeles, where the event took place. He was reportedly hit by a car as he crossed the street, and the driver took off running. Following a prompt investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department, the culprit was later found and taken into custody. In the comedy community, where he was adored and greatly regarded, Perry's passing stunned and devastated many. Social media was used by fans and other comedians to share their condolences and honor a guy who had filled the world with so much joy and laughter. The date of Perry Kurtz's passing was August 15, 2024. Even in the midst of hardship, he was a comedian who never stopped improving and was always ready to make people laugh. Though his death signifies the loss of a distinctive voice in comedy, his legacy and contributions to the genre will live on and continue to influence comedians in the years to come. Gatayavasa Afa Emichwana, I. Arthur Anoa. I was a Samoan-American professional wrestler and manager, born on November 21, 1942, in American Samoa. Renowned for his partnership with his brother Liti Sika, Anoa I is half of the renowned tag team the Wild Samoans. Afa Anoa I was a significant figure in the professional wrestling industry. Afa was raised in a traditional Samoan home and assiduously assimilated the cultural traditions that would later shape his character in wrestling. After relocating to the U.S. in the late 1960s, Afa started his professional wrestling career, first learning under his family member and fellow Samoan wrestling legend Peter Mahivia. He wrestled in a number of smaller promotions throughout his early career, but it was his collaboration with his brother Sika that made him well known. In the 1970s and early 1980s, Afa and Sika, as the Wild Samoans, rose to prominence as one of the most formidable and prosperous tag teams in professional wrestling. They were well known for their untamed, wild personalities. They frequently went into the ring barefoot and using unusual strategies to scare their rivals. Their distinct look, along with their charisma and innate athleticism, made them a formidable force in the tag team scene. The WWF Tag Team Championship was among the many titles won by the Wild Samoans, which they won 3 times. Their accomplishments made them one of the all-time best tag teams and opened the door for more Samoan wrestlers in the future. Afa was crucial to the growth of the Anoa I dynasty, which went on to become one of the most powerful families in wrestling. Beyond his successes in the ring, Afa's work as a teacher and mentor had a significant impact on the direction the wrestling business would take. In the 1980s, he founded the Wild Samoan Training Center, where he trained a number of future celebrities, including Batista, Rikishi, and his nephews, the USOs. He gained a great deal of respect in the wrestling industry for his dedication to mentoring and nurturing emerging talent. Beyond the purely athletic components of wrestling, AFO was renowned for teaching his students self-control, respect, and the value of cultural identity. At the age of 81, Afa Anoa I passed away on August 16, 2024. In the world of professional wrestling, he was not just a cherished performer but also a respected mentor and an esteemed elder statesman. His passing signaled the end of an era for many. The innumerable wrestlers that Afa trained and the Wild Samoans' lasting influence on professional wrestling are testaments to his legacy. He is known for being a trailblazer who elevated Samoan culture in the wrestling community and for being the driving force behind one of the most famous families in the history of the sport. American rock vocalist Jack Patrick Russell was born in Montebello, California, on December 5, 1960. His most well-known role was that of lead singer and founding member of the hard rock group Great White, which gained popularity in the 1980s. Russell had a strong love of music from a young age, and bands like Led Zeppelin and The Who had a big impact on him. Together with guitarist Mark Kendall, he co-founded the band Dante Fox in 1977. The group eventually changed its name to Great White in 1981. The moniker given to Kendall by his light blonde hair served as the basis for the band's name. Although Great White's 1984 album Great White saw some financial success, their 1987 release Once Bitten launched them to stardom. The album featured the popular single Rock Main, which highlighted the band's blues-influenced rock sound and Russell's strong vocals. Russell's unique voice became synonymous with Great White's signature style, and the band enjoyed a string of successful tours and albums throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s. Their success continued with the 1989 album Twice Shy, which featured the chart-topping hit Once Bitten, Twice Shy Sadly, a fire that started during a Great White performance at the Station nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island, in 2003 destroyed the band's career. 100 individuals lost their lives and numerous others were injured in the fire, which was started by pyrotechnics used in the performance. Russell was severely impacted by the occurrence. In the wake of it, he battled with remorse and sadness and had to deal with legal issues. Russell pursued solo endeavors and performed with different Great White lineups, despite the tragedy. He proved his flexibility as a musician by releasing solo albums like Shelter Me in 1996 and For You in 2002. Russell suffered from a number of health problems in his final years, including back operations and drug addiction. Despite these difficulties, he never wavered in his commitment to music and kept touring with Jack Russell's Great White, a reformed band he started following legal problems with former members. At the age of 63, Jack Russell passed away on August 15, 2024. For hard rock enthusiasts and Great White fans alike, his passing signaled the end of an era. His everlasting contribution to the rock music industry, coupled with his captivating stage appearance and powerful voice, left a lasting impression on many. Scott Dean Bloomquist, born in Fort Dodge, Iowa, on November 14, 1963, Scott Dean Bloomquist was a legendary figure in the American dirt super late model racing scene. Bloomquist rose to prominence as one of the most prosperous and significant drivers in the sport's history thanks to his skill, inventiveness, and enduring presence on the track. Bloomquist had a passion for racing from a young age, and when he started competing in local dirt track races in the 1980s, his career took off. He quickly rose to the national scene because to his aggressive driving style and natural grasp of car dynamics, which allowed him to dominate the competition. Bloomquist had a significant influence on dirt racing. In addition to being a racer, he was a trailblazer who was always pushing the envelope in terms of race strategy and car design. His remarkable accomplishments and influence were acknowledged in 2002 when he was admitted as a member of the second class of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame, a testimony to his contributions to the sport. As he accumulated hundreds of victories over the years, including major races like the World 100 and the Dirt Late Model Dream, Blomqvist cemented his place in dirt racing history. In addition to his accomplishments on the track, Blomqvist was an astute businessman. He started Team Zero Race Cars, a dirt late model chassis manufacturer renowned for turning out some of the best race cars in the business. He was able to keep ahead of the curve in chassis design and refinement by taking a hands-on approach, which gave him and the drivers who drove his vehicles a distinct advantage. The performance and creativity of Team Zero race cars came to be associated with them, solidifying Blomqvist's reputation in the racing community. Blomqvist faced difficulties throughout his career despite his great accomplishments. Over the years, he had a number of injuries and disappointments, but his perseverance and passion for the sport allowed him to race well into old age. His perseverance and love of racing were evident in his longevity in such a demanding sport. Sadly, 60-year-old Scott Blomqvist passed away on August 16, 2024. His passing signaled the end of an era in dirt late model racing as one of the most recognizable and significant individuals in the sport was lost. However, Blomqvist's legacy will live on and inspire fans and drivers in the future. His incredible career and his contributions to the engineering and design of race cars have a lasting effect on the sport. His name will always be connected to innovation and quality in dirt track racing. Robert Caldwell Hicks, born in Asheville, North Carolina, on July 21, 1933, Robert Caldwell Hicks was a well-known American bluegrass musician and fiddler whose contributions to the genre lasted more than 50 years. Hicks showed an early aptitude for music, learning to play the violin at the age of 6. His ability was immediately apparent, and by the time he was a teenager, he was already playing in local bands and becoming well known in the Appalachian music scene. His playing immediately distinguished him from his contemporaries with its unique blend of technical proficiency and intense emotional expression. Hicks' fiddle playing became a trademark of the bluegrass band he joined in the 1970s, when it was among the most significant of its kind. He became well known for his work at this time, and became recognized as one of the best fiddlers in bluegrass music. Hicks worked with a wide range of other bluegrass and country music icons over the course of his career, adding to many recordings and live performances that cemented his standing as a great performer. His ability to meld traditional bluegrass with cutting-edge methods and approaches contributed to the genre's growth, drawing in new listeners and influencing upcoming artists. Hicks was not just a successful performer but also a prolific recording artist, having released many albums. His records were distinguished by their honesty, devotion to the bluegrass tradition, and incorporation of contemporary elements that kept the music current and appealing. Numerous honors were given to him in recognition of his contributions to the genre, including a 2002 Grammy Award for Best Bluegrass Album. Along with his musical prowess, Hicks was well known for his kind demeanor and willingness to guide aspiring artists, many of whom have gone on to lead fulfilling lives. Hicks' induction into the International Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame in 2017 was a worthy homage to his decades-long influence and accomplishments within the genre. Both peers and fans praised his induction, which recognized his important contribution to the bluegrass community's advancement and preservation. Sadly, on August 16, 2024, Robert Caldwell Hicks, 91 years old, passed away. With the loss of a true legend, his passing signaled the end of an era for bluegrass music in the town. Hicks's recordings, the artists he trained, and the innumerable listeners who were impacted by his songs all serve as testaments to his legacy. Future generations will continue to benefit from his contributions to bluegrass music. In recent days, a rumor has circulated on Facebook regarding the supposed death of beloved singer Dolly Parton. Thankfully, these reports are entirely false. Born in Sevierville, Tennessee on January 19, 1946, Dolly Parton is a well-known American singer, songwriter, actor, and philanthropist. Her unique voice, vivacious demeanor, and signature style have made her a household name in country music and pop culture. With classics like Jolene 9 to 5 and I Will Always Love You. Parton has won multiple Grammys and been inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in addition to receiving many other honors. In addition to her musical career, she is well known for her philanthropic endeavors, especially in education through the Imagination Library Initiative. She has also appeared in a number of movies and TV episodes. Despite certain difficulties, Dolly Parton has generally kept an optimistic attitude about her health. She has been open about battling a number of health conditions over the years, such as kidney stones and back troubles that have periodically necessitated surgery. She experienced severe agony from a disease known as a tipped uterus, which she underwent surgery to treat in 2018. She has also discussed the value of mental health and coping mechanisms for stress and anxiety, highlighting her faith and optimistic outlook. Notwithstanding these difficulties, Parton continues to pursue her career, performing, recording, and volunteering, exhibiting her fortitude and tenacity.